This poem is called Samhain. I wrote it, I think, in the 1990s sometime, and it was at a time when I was mostly performing and not publishing a lot of text in book form. So this actually isn't in any book, oddly. Maybe I will put it in a book because I have a book of performance poems, which I've never published. I'm not exactly sure why. However, this was a project I undertook to write a poem for each of the Celtic fire festivals. I wrote Samhain first, then I wrote Beltana, then I wrote Lunasa, but Imbolc didn't come until a few years ago. I just couldn't write one for spring. So Samhain, the concept and the imagistic concept behind this is the posited notion that there was a first human being who experienced the first going down of the sun. And I thought, what a frightening thing that must be. So you have you have brightness, and then suddenly there's darkness, and you can't explain it. And it is about what we call depression, a word I don't really like. It's about sadness and purposelessness, emptiness. So I think that's a similar experience. The light goes, and somehow or other, all knowledge goes with it. And until the knowledge of the cycles is regained or learned in a different way, then there seems to be paralysis. So I suppose that does apply in practical terms to deep sadness and what we call depression, that knowledge provides perspective, helps you to rise out of it. However, I wasn't exactly making that connection when I wrote the poem, and I tried to get into the sense of it. It seemed to require to be chanted. Samhain. I walk the night, and the silence falls like footsteps at my back, like the promises I lack, like the voices of my dead father fighting still, like the knock when there's no one in. Samhain. I walk the night, wishing I had a home. I've never seen this road before, but I remember looking for the cows in winter dusk. This time he'll hit me, sometime he must. I chew on fear, and the worst might keep for someone else. Samhain. I walk the night. It always seems like this will never end. It took too long to get to this now place. I turn, I see my face, and I beware. It takes too long to realize I'm staring at yesterday's eyes, the pupils large as bullets and the forehead high. Samhain! I walk the night, not yet born, to die sometime in no one's arms. I'm the child that did no good, that withered into womanhood, that killed the nun, that burned the witch, that found myself a changeling, branded for the switch. Samhain! Samhain! I come here at every necessary time, to the same place, with a different door. Should I stop looking for a line, but cling instead to what is more a spoke that turns around? And should I smile into a tear at the death of another year, because we don't stop being here and being here? And in the spring, if I survive, will be a different sort of mind, another shot of me, a looking on in ecstasy, a branching out to fill the world. Maybe. I just don't care. If some necessary time I won't be there, but a metal person and a control tree and a compact disc to remember me. I think I've spread further than my head into the growing and the dead. And I know I felt the turning of the night from light to dark and dark to light. And I've seen the people on the other side with their white faces and their black faces and their reddened eyes. A feeling lives where a body dies. I tell myself these things. Samhain.